Hello lovelies, and welcome to another Fox and Moon Tarot video. So today I'm going to be bullet journaling the Three of Swords. And for those of you who don't know what the Three of Swords is, it's a card in the tarot that traditionally depicts heartache, grief, sorrow, disappointment, all of those lovely things. So I want to talk a little bit about why the Three of Swords is depicted in this way and the way that I see the Three of Swords, which is a little bit different from the usual take. So when we're looking at the Three of Swords, it's usually three swords piercing into a very large heart. And it usually shows maybe a dark colored sky. It's a little bit grim. It's really quite dark. And there is a feeling of sadness and sorrow. So the message of the Three of Swords for me usually is a moment of great surrender. It's a moment where we are completely vulnerable and we're humbled by the pain that we are experiencing by a sudden loss, a feeling of grief, a feeling of disappointment. So this is what the Three of Swords really means traditionally. But I don't usually have that take on the Three of Swords. For me, the Three of Swords is an opportunity to feel things. It's an opportunity to feel our own pain. It's an opportunity for us to really investigate what it is that we have been missing out on our own sort of heart's energy. When we feel this grief, when we feel this sort of pain, it's really a time to reflect on what it is that's missing in our lives that we really need to tend to. So the Three of Swords is really like a reminder of, hey, you need to wake up to yourself and be really kind to yourself in this moment. And the pain is very internal and it can seem very overwhelming. It can seem very daunting, but that is traditionally what the Three of Swords is all about. And it's also an opportunity to understand truth and really clear communication. And if you think about it, grief is a time when you're really honest with yourself. Mostly for a lot of people, grief is an opportunity for you to really open yourself up and be, have a moment where you're really assessing what it is you want to do with your life, about who it is that you are, and the things that you actually find really important in your life. You start reassessing them, and you might even start reprioritizing what it is that you think is important. So the Three of Swords is a really powerful card in this way. And I would also mention that with the Three of Swords being the card of the three, there is sort of like this discomfort that comes from the harmony of the two. So numerologically, the three is a card that's like, well, just why not just one more sword? The two is traditionally connected to balance when you think about it. The Two of Swords being a card of wonderful balance. It's very meditative, but the three is just that one more sword that throws things slightly out of balance, and there's this very powerful change that comes from it. So the way that I really would like to see the Three of Swords, and that I often see it, it's an opportunity to be humble. It's an opportunity to open a door and see where it is that you really live inside of your own head, inside of your own heart, what it is that life is really throwing at you. And often when we're busy with our own lives, our own projects, we don't always see the truth. But when grief really hits us, suddenly the truth is on our door and we actually have to reassess a lot of those things. And it's not easy. And that's why the Three of Swords is in front of us. It's a very humbling card. I would have to say that the Three of Swords out of the whole tarot deck is probably one of the cards that I find to be the most humbling, and the one that I think a lot of people really feel they need to have a deep sense of surrender to. But that's just me. I know a lot of people feel differently when they see this particular card. And it is a very powerful card. It's a card of healing as well. And so I don't believe that the three is all bad. Sometimes it is about getting really clear on yourself, and it's about seeing the opportunities for what they are and being very vulnerable with those feelings, which can be really powerful in the end. So if you guys liked what you had to hear about the Three of Swords, or if you'd like to see more Fox and Moon Tarot videos, please click on the subscribe link below. I've now got a lovely website up for you guys to see. It's now live at foxandmoontarot.com. And I will see you for the next video. Bye!